literally got 2 minutes to have a look at the dumper. So first thing to do, I suppose, is get the battery off and start scraping some of this crap off, and then see if we can get the engine to turn over by hand, and then determine where to go from there. Yeah, we'll see. Right, so we've literally got bits of pipe everywhere, so it's like to have a quick look and see. Obviously that was your top radiator. The water pump's free enough. The alternator is C solid, which is to be expected, because if they're blasting water into there and it's just been sat, it radiator's dry. So I don't know whether that bottom hose down there, whether that's got a hole in it or not. I've just pulled all the remains of the coolant bottle off the top of the bottom hose. So I've got that. So just looking at it off the top of my head, fuel pipes. This is the diesel, this side. So all of them are gone, because by the look of it, I think that pipe came up and onto there, then that went back in down onto the injection pump, did it? Somewhere. There's so many different pipes here. I'm not sure. That's obviously your return for the injectors, I think. Comes up there through the... It's just all mounted on. Through the three and then back. I think that comes back into there then. Which that should be on there, I think. Breather pipe. Missing. Don't know what's going on down here with this. I think that's a lift pump, which has just fallen apart. If I can get the handle just fallen off. Yeah, there's a spring and everything. Interesting one. Right, I'm already getting filthy. I will have a bit of a clean up, scrape up, and we'll suppose see if we can get a spanner on that bottom pulley and see if we can get it to go round and round. Interesting, hopefully. It'll do it, otherwise we'll be having that out and put a new one in, or second-hand one. I'm literally just poking around, seeing what's what, what's mounted, what's not. A bit of... not sure what that is. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can get this going. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't know if there's any... there's oil in it, but because the dipstick's melted, I don't know how much. It doesn't smell diesely. It doesn't look like it's got water on it. So I would imagine, I don't even know how far that dipstick goes down. Imagine it would sit somewhere like that. Maybe I'll have to have a look at a picture of a new one, but if that sits there like that, that's perfectly level. Glow plug wires mounted. Glow plug bar is there. Everything should be here in some shape or form, because he said it was running when it wasn't running when it was on fire. But it was all in one piece working. I don't know whether you watched the first video or not, but he said it was on his trailer on the way home. on the motorway. He looked in his rear view mirror and it's smoke coming from the dumper. And managed to pull over and unhitch the trailer quickly off the truck in case it all went up. So he managed to get it put out. So unless we've got a bit of a standing seizure, or when they put the fire out they blasted it with water, and because these pipes are all off, it's managed to get in, or it might just turn over. Alright, well, you've seen enough of me doing that and waffling on. Well, I'll pick back up filming when we've made a bit of progress. Got the battery off, got a bit cleared off around the top of the injectors. This and also I'm going to give it a good blow off in a minute, I think. Get the backpack out and try and see if I can get that top plug out. Top plug, the oil filler, which has been chromated. See what I can see on the inside, because it's got a hole in it, so I'm guessing when they put the fire out this has got full of water. It's bust anyway. Well, the O-ring's still in one piece. Well, I think what we'll do, if I can, we'll get this rocker cover off. Just 13 mil, I suppose. Actually, before I undo that, need an airline in the yard. Trying to break a bloody glow plug off, otherwise we will be in trouble. Well, all three have come undone nicely. I'll show you the battery in a minute, see what's left of that. Definitely going to need new diesel filter. Don't tap it, it's cast, it'll break. Come in. Here we go. Oh, that doesn't look good. Well, that doesn't look good. Can you see it? I should be very surprised if this engine turns over. Very surprised. Just faffing around putting the seal back in. That's had water in it, isn't it? Oh, that's not good. Right, well, I suppose the next thing is then get a bar on it and see if we can get it to turn over. Right, I'll faff around finding the right stuff and I'll catch back up with you once I've got all the right stuff. Right, I've got a 24mm socket now then, and a bar. The bar's probably not long enough. See if we can give it a bit of a nudge. Oh, nope. Let's take these, undo some of these pots so we'll give a bit more room to swing the bar around. Probably want replacing anyway. Right. Oh, I think we just slipped off then. Yeah, I'm just slipping off. Don't think I've got anything else with me that will be able to do that. 22's too small, 24's too big, I think. But I think we've come to the conclusion the engine is seized at the moment. None of them are stuck. We'll get this pulley off, I suppose, will give me a bit more room to move around. Yeah, we're just slipping off. Pulley stuck on it now. Socket stuck on it now. Where did that go? On the floor. Right. So, next job then, have the injectors out and see if we can put a bit of lubrication in the top to soak it and see if we can free it up, because it seems to be seized. Lovely. So that is the risk you take when you buy these things, isn't it? I suppose water's got in and stuck on top. Either that, or it's been seized and it magically caught fire for the insurance, but might be wrong. Probably am wrong, but it's just thinking out loud. It's probably when they put the fire out, the water's got in and seized it up. Right, well, we'll see what we can do. We can either get this engine out. Well, first thing to do is get them injectors off and out. Get some penetrating fluid down the balls. See if we can get it moving. And turning over all right. If that doesn't work, then engine out and we strip it down. But then while we got the engine out, do we put another one in it, or do we rebuild this one? What do you reckon? Put it in the comments. See, my arm's in the way there. Put it in the comments, what would you do? The first option I think is worth a go, but then second option, we've got two options on the second option. Do we just bung another engine in it, or do we get this one going? We'll see, shall we? Right, get them injectors out then. I don't know how easy that's going to be. I've never taken injectors out on one of these. Doesn't look that difficult. Right, enough of me waffling. I'll see you in a little bit. Right, so we'll crack the three injectors off on the engine side. I'm going to take these, just take each individual pipe off. Be nice if we could get it going without having to take the engine out, but you never know, do you? Well, considering it's all been soaked, everything's coming off nice and easy so far. He says. Really should get a spanner that actually fits this instead of you bugging around with adjustable. It smells diesel. There must be some somewhere, I suppose. Luckily I've been down there, down this side of the engine. The throttle body moves and the stop moves. I'll imagine that electronic stop no longer works on the side of the pump. It might get to a point where it is easier to just get the engine out and put stuff back on, fix stuff. Let's grab a socket, it would be better, wouldn't it? Right, that's a return. We'll leave them copper washers on for now. A bit of a clean around it, so where's this ratchet socket? Oh, right down there in the bushes. Oh, right. Now, the next problem will be, I bet I haven't got any long reach sockets that will fit that to go on them injectors. Oh, that's annoying. So, it might be as far as we can go today. So I'm very limited on tools with the work truck toolbox. It's literally only there to get me out of a mess. It looks like we're in a mess already. Well, that's off. Oh, that injector pump's still got diesel in it. All 3 holes have got diesel in, so we've got diesel up to it at the moment. Well, no we haven't, because none of the pipes from the tank are connected. We're all burnt out, you pillock. Right, so we'll see if we can get that glow plug bar off. Or whether we dare try taking the glow plugs out. I'm not sure if whether just taking the glow plugs out would be enough. Not to get a decent amount of fluid down there, I suppose. Most of this video has probably just been you watching the side of my head and my arm and my shoulder in the way. Dude, next time bring the camera, bring the I've invested in a decent camera, so we can mount it up above me or on the steering wheel or something, so you can look directly into the engine bay. You can see what I'm doing then. Right, that's that bar. Just all that crap up. And the glow plugs. Melted plastic. And keep it out the engine if we can help it, please. Right. Do we try and remove the glow plugs? Or do we dare? Oh, it's turning. Is it coming out, or is that just going round and round and round? I think we might just be going round and round and round. Do we give it a little tweak with the grips? Do not want to snap this off. making me very nervous. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Try the next one. Well, there's one out, straight on the floor, never to be seen again. Oh, right. It's a bit rusty on the end. There's one out. We'll take them back to the workshop and see if they work. This one's got a lot more mounted plastic around it. Anyway, right, I'm going to get these 3 out and then I'll catch back up with you because we've already been on for 15 minutes. Right, that is as much as I can do today. I've managed to get all 3 in glow plugs out. 1, 2, 3, they all came out nice and easily. All 3 of them have got rust on the end, so I'm guessing we must have water in the bores. Got all the pipes off. I can't take the injectors out because I haven't got a 22mm long reach socket. I've only got short reach with me at the moment. So tomorrow morning then we'll bring 22mm long reach sockets, see if we can get all 3 of them injectors out, and we'll bring some penetrating fluids, a mixture of diesel and oil and probably some WD-40, and chuck that down it and see if we can leave it for 24 hours or whatever and see if we can get it moving. And if we can get it moving, then is get that start motor off and see if that will work, and then go from there. But if we can't get it moving, it's engine out and new one in, or rebuild this one, depending on what we decide to do. Yeah, so probably end of part 1 of the strip down, I suppose. Yeah, not a lot else we can do. No, I'll tell you what, it won't be the end. I'll film a bit more tomorrow, getting them injectors out and getting them soaking, and then we'll come back to that then, I think. That looks like that's moved. Oh no, that's just how it is. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, right, so we'll pick up in the morning. Nice one. Right. See you in a bit. Next morning then, on the dumper, it's tipping it down. I'm underneath the it's actually a bedroom section for a caravan awning, which is all used for covering the machines. So I'm underneath that. I've just, let me switch the camera around. So I brought my long reach socket set with me at the workshop this morning. Got here, opened it up, long reach section only goes up to 19. I need 22. So we still can't get the injectors out. So I've just got a tin of water juice. Just sprayed it down the injector holes, the glow plug holes. I've put my endoscope down there, but it's not small enough to go actually into the bore. I can just about see the top of the pistons. They look clean from what I can see, so it might just be, and they're dry, they look dry as well, so it might just be a bit of a standing seizure. So I'm going to leave them to soak with some WD-40. I've got some 2-stroke oil, put some of that down it, and probably a bit of some 80 weight 90 gear oil, which I don't know whether it's going to be any good or not, but it's all worth the try, isn't it? I've got a socket and the bar that will actually fit the bottom of the crank properly, so we'll see if we can get that cranked over this afternoon. I've got to go to work now, so once I finish work I'll come back and do a bit more, hopefully with the right size socket to get them injectors out. Morning, day 3. Well, not full days, so I do a bit of an hour in the morning and that's about it. All the injectors are out. That was fun. Soaked all now, WD-40, 2-stroke oil, put a bit of diesel, and we'll leave that to soak for 24, 72 hours, whatever. But as with every project, you have blood, sweat and tears. There's the first bit of blood, look. So they were really tight, them injectors, so I come round with a ratchet, took the skin off my finger on the top of that stud for the rocker cover. There we go. So now we've had the blood, so I'm sure there'll be sweat and tears on this project at some point. Anyway, that will be the end of part 1. So make sure you come back for part 2 to see if we can get this engine turning or whether we take it out and replace it. If you like this video or like listening to me dribbling on, then like, subscribe and share. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, so yeah, please press the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.